Hello, as I told you guys before, I am a plethora of useless information, but every once in a while I'll come up with something you can use. Um, I don't even know. I guess I'll just dive right into this. If you are at a point in your life where you want to learn something about somebody, they have you very curious about certain aspects of their life. But you're not one of those people that just have tons of money to hire a private investigator. And there is one thing that you can do carefully. And don't get caught, because you can't undo this if you're caught doing this. Trash, once it is at the curb, is free, and it's not private property anymore. So if you figure out when they put their trash out, you can just go by and grab a bag. If you are caught, it is very good to have a backup story. And you know there's cameras everywhere these days. Say something like you're recycling and you're looking for bottles. Of course, if it's freaking 3 a.m. in the morning, you might have to come up with something better than that. Say, I'm sleepwalking. Oh no, how did I get here? But anyway, you can learn a lot by what people throw in their trash. And on the other side of that, folks, if you don't have a shredder and you're putting stuff out there, there's also devious people, because if I can figure this out, any fool can. You can go to somewhere like shopgoodwill.com online, and you can order shredders and security cameras and things like that very inexpensively, and it's kind of worth the investment. And I'm only kind of telling you guys that grabbing the bag is a good thing if you need answers and you're not getting them. Sometimes you'll learn more crucial information by doing that than what any private investigator could tell you. Yeah, you can even find out their diet, what they like to eat or lack of it, or find out how much debt they're in. But you should probably shred your bills and things like that, because you don't want anyone getting your social security number. But you can maybe find out what kind of medicines they're on. Information that HIPAA would not allow you to get otherwise. And hey, I'm sorry, YouTube. I hope that I'm not stepping on anybody's toes by putting this out here. I'm trying to be helpful for the people who don't have a whole lot of money and need to know some crucial information. Maybe if you got a court case coming up and you want to know what they know. And like I said, once the trash hits the curb, it is anybody's who wants to pick it up. You know, for those people who dumpster dive too, hey, I've done some of that. Yeah, I'm probably better at helping the people with limited resources, because I know how it feels if you're coming up against somebody and they've got all kinds of money and they can do all kinds of tricks. Well, keep in mind, you got your mind, and if you're resourceful, you can come up against your opponent in better, more creative ways than no matter who they're hiring. Because if you hire someone, they have to go by certain ethics and law. If it's you on your own, you have a little more freedom. That's why sometimes private investigators can get by with more stuff than the police can. If you are going to hire one, they can, you know, look in those open windows and stuff, and to where an officer of the law is kind of bound by a bit more restrictions. And, you know, all of that is mostly for the good. Like I said, the laws are there for a reason. And anyway, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I just thought of that. If I think of any more of these little gems and treasures before I get the movies from Legacy Box, I'll be sure and put them on here. I just put an AI video out there that I made about using your phone to detect hidden cameras. You should take the time to listen to that. There's more of them out there than you know of. Places like public bathrooms, motels. If you got your phone with you, it doesn't cost anything to know. I'm more concerned to places like tanning beds and spas and stuff like that. Um, Sometimes you can't even figure out why they have a camera there, but they sometimes do. Anyway, try not to get too overly paranoid by what I'm telling you. Famous last words, right? Anyway, you all have a blessed evening and be safe. Bye-bye.